for a moment, and Brown able to break free. We have not had a penalty called in this game. A dump in, Jake Allen up the right-hand side. Andre Palat turned over. Arvidsson gets it back from Draisaitl and had his pocket picked by Jack Hughes. Then Kulak on a pass into his feet from Arvidsson couldn't get a shot away. But Colson burrowing in against Palat. Draisaitl had trouble controlling the puck, got it back for Podkolzin, and now the Devils will come up with it, and it's Jack Hughes. The win over Calgary last night marked the first time this season Edmonton won a game that did not involve a fighting major. Emerson up the right-hand side. Kovacevic batted one down, a clear by Paul Cotter, and that chases the Oilers back through the neutral zone. Arvidsson will give way to Ty Emerson. 15:20 to play, second period. And a 1-0 lead for the New Jersey Devils, who defend their line well. Luke Hughes up to Eric Haula. Had a huge year in Vegas one year, 29 goals. Lead past Paul Cotter. Cross ice, out of the reach of Haula, who can fly. Chipped up the right-hand side and out by Zach Hyman. Corralled by Jonathan Kovacevic. And the Devils left to right. They're in the white uniforms. Oilers in the blue. Playing at home this year. Edmonton a record of 2-3-1. Emerson to Jeff Skinner. Breaking loose as Hyman. Put the brakes on. Skinner, a quick shot. A save made by Allen. And Nugent Hopkins could have come up with a rebound. It's Hischier trading the puck with Dawson Mercer as the Devils come the other way. Centering pass for Hischier off the mark, and Bouchard in full flight. Will move it swiftly to Zach Hyman. Tapped free, Nugent Hopkins following the play, and a hard hit on Pesce delivered by Hyman. Here's a clear for Siegenthaler. That's snagged by Bouchard. Played left-hand side for Adam Henrique. And fell down. That was clean. Henrique lost an edge and a big hit laid on Dawson Mercer by Troy Stetcher. Nurse, he had to get back on side, and that allows Nurse ample time to find Troy Stetcher. Dowling shook the puck free, but it was fired in by Janmark. Allen couldn't get a stick on it, and the Oilers pour back into the offensive zone. Here, we've only had one shot for either side, so the teams have tightened up. Here's a puck coming free, short side, and a save Allen on Connor Brown. So just as I say that, the Oilers catch a break, and Brown gifted a point-blank chance short side, but Jake Allen able to seal it up for his 15th save of the night. And with 13:36 to go in the second period, we'll take a break from sold-out Rogers Place, downtown Edmonton, New Jersey. A 1-0 lead on a Monday night at Rogers. This is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey, the Oilers Radio Network.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
As a farmer, you can't afford to take any more risks than you already do. That's why you choose Invigor Hybrid Canola from BASF. It's not just the patented pod shatter reduction and club root resistant hybrids. It's the performance you trust to deliver year after year. This season, we're adding 3 new early maturing hybrids that are designed for your fields. So get ready to test the limits of your bins. See your retailer today and find out why Invigor has the top 3 hybrids in Alberta.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
1-0 hockey game in favor of New Jersey. Offensive zone draw for the Oilers. Draisaitl digs in against Nico Hischier. Face off, won by the Oilers. Ekholm a shot that was heading wide, and Jake Allen will put it to rest anyways. Allen won a cup in a backup role behind Jordan Binnington in 2019 as part of an 8-year run in St. Louis.
kind of lost his job that year. Bennington.
Not kind of, he did.
Right. All the way up from the ECHL, Bennington.
What did Bennington go? Something like 20-3 down the stretch. I mean, it's hard to keep your job when a guy goes on that kind of heater.
Yep.
And he hasn't been that good again. Here's Draisaitl off the draw, centering pass, and somehow Podkolzin missed an empty net.
Oh.
That would have been his first goal since March of 2023.
That's an absolute sitter that has to be deposited in a net.
Well, and that's the kind of goal you don't get when you haven't scored in nearly 2 years.
Like, perfectly executed play.
Wow. Devils bring it the other way. Brett Pesce down low. Podkolzin has not scored officially in 32 NHL games. Remember, he only played a partial season last year in Vancouver as he fell out of favor with Rick Tocchet. Jack Hughes into the offensive zone. One-timer Siegenthaler blocked by Podkolzin. Rebound. Hughes whips a shot toward the net. That was blocked. Siegenthaler. Kovacevic across to Hughes, who bunts it into the opposite corner for Timo Meier. Flashed out to the point. Siegenthaler. Meier's fellow Swiss watches as a long shot from Bratt disappears into the glove of Calvin Pickard. And it looked like Bratt was disappointed that the Devils didn't have any sort of net front presence there for a tip.
Still trying to figure out how Podkolzin's kind of dejected going back to the bench. Like a perfectly executed play.
Oh, goodness. He might have had his stick tied up a little bit by Luke Hughes at the last instance, Bob. What do you make of this? He got a little bit tied up, but still you'd like to see him slide it home there.
I tell you, he's got to put that one in.
Yeah. Off the draw, Jesper Bratt gives it up, shot, deflected. Pickard has no idea where the puck was. It landed at the feet of Darnell Nurse and then rifled up the middle by Nugent Hopkins. There won't be icing here as Hyman was picked out of the play. Jeff Skinner able to keep it alive, tuck it inside Nugent Hopkins to Hyman, had his shot blocked. Rebound Nurse. Off to Nugent Hopkins, and the Devils giving chase a bit in the offensive zone. Nugent Hopkins a shot briefly. Jake Allen lost sight of the puck, and now we're going to have our first penalty of the night. It'll be Zach Hyman, offensive zone penalty, and the Oilers are frustrated. They felt like they could have drawn a call or two in the preceding sequence. Instead, it'll be a slash against Hyman, and our first power play of the night arrives with 12 minutes to play in period 2.
Never been a big fan of having referees work back-to-back games of the same teams. I realize it's economical for the league. You've only missed 4 so far.
Oh, it's an embellishment. They evened it up.
Yeah, okay.
So all of a sudden, are you okay now?
Well, to be honest with you, I thought only Hyman was going to get the call, and it was probably warranted. My issue was the 3 that have been missed prior to that. That time they evened that up.
Hamilton did lift his right arm as though he had been stung by an avalanche. In any event,
sniper got him.
The embellishment called, and thus we have a 4-on-4 situation here. So open ice with the coincidentals. Draisaitl off the draw, flashed it back to Bouchard, loading up his Ekholm against Nico Hischier. Ekholm cuts behind the net, left all alone for a moment, now look to drop it off. Arvidsson is out there with Draisaitl in this 4-on-4 up front. Of course, paired together, and Bouchard running Mercer ragged. Draisaitl, rink wide to Arvidsson, boot defended by Siegenthaler. Now Draisaitl looking for space. Poised with the puck as ever. 9 goals, 16 points to lead the Oilers coming in. Bouchard to the net. Wrist shot save. Allen held sway. And then Draisaitl determined took that rebound from Mercer. Just overpowered him. Ekholm to Draisaitl. Waits, dishes, and Arvidsson taken out by Dawson Mercer. Crowd wanted a call, none forthcoming. Draisaitl shot blocked. The Devils another chance to get it out. Can't get it done. Ekholm, Bouchard, and Edmondson keeps the pressure on. Arvidsson wide open left face off dot. Looks to unload. Doesn't shoot. Lays it off to Bouchard instead. Ekholm one more time. Takes a peek. Glides behind the net using a screen. Mercer tracking. In the meantime, a change made. And onto the ice comes Adam Henrique. Bouchard taken out of the play. Devils 2-on-2 the other way, left to right. Hischier at the end of his shift. Cross ice, open man, wrist shot, and that was wired wide. Was that another chance for Jesper Bratt? Boy, he has had some, or excuse me, that was Hughes.
He had a lot of heat
that
on
was
that
Jack Hughes, and he blistered that one wide. Jack Hughes, a 99-point campaign 2 years ago. In over the line. Had 43 goals that season. Tried to tuck it inside. Taken away by Adam Henrique. Lead pass, left-hand side, Darnell Nurse. Still 10 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Nurse short side, and Allen able to keep that one out. Rebound, Bratt. Looks up ice, running mate. Instead, Kovacevic. Up to Luke Hughes. The penalties are over. 5-on-5. Luke Hughes' shot deflected by Kulak off the side of the net and eventually collected by Nugent Hopkins. Devils a late change. Nugent Hopkins rink wide. And on the puck is Zach Hyman. Fresh out of the box. And with fresh legs, he tries to move it to the interior. Intercepted and brought the other way to Hughes by Eric Halla. Calvin Pickard out to handle the puck to Troy Stetcher. He'll shovel it up the boards. Played back by Nason to rest on the puck for New Jersey. 9 minutes to play, second period. Devils still lead at 1-0 on that first period goal 5 minutes in. Siegenthaler, icing will be waved off here. That could have been icing as Tatar went in on the forecheck. But Ekholm worked it free for Corey Perry. And now driving the right-hand side, Connor Brown, cross ice, one-timer. And a save made on Derek Ryan, who did not get all he wanted on that shot, Bob. Ekholm across. Bouchard faked the slapper, got right around McDermott, and then when he tried to center, Dougie Hamilton was able to pick it off. Oh, Hamilton gave it right back to Bouchard, who in turn was stripped from behind by Tatar. And the teams continue to trade one turnover after another. I don't know what the official giveaway takeaway is tonight.
Lots.
Bouchard, Janmark, one-timer crushed right into the midsection of Jake Allen, who makes his 20th save of the night. The shots in this period are 7-1 in favor of Edmonton, and yet the Oilers have been unable to tie the game. It's still 1-0 for New Jersey. The game's only goal belongs to Stefan Nason. And we come right back to Rogers Place in downtown Edmonton in just a moment with more Ford Dealers NHL hockey. The Oilers Radio Network.
Bloom Benefits offers amazing coverage that even the toughest hockey players can get behind. With excellent coverage, they offer things like massage.
You want to go?
Counseling services.
Let's go!
Dental coverage.
That was not offside.
And eye exams. With custom health coverage for any group of any size, Bloom Benefits make every team better, stronger, and healthier. Plans start from just $54 a month. Rethink your benefits today at bloombenefits.ca.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Hockey season is back. And so are the deals at Boston Pizza. Cheer on your team while ordering off their game day menu, or come in and see what great promotions they have going on. At Boston Pizza, they always have something craveable for you to enjoy. Boston Pizza, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheers to a great hockey season.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
8:08 remaining second period. The Edmonton Oilers trail the New Jersey Devils 1-0, not for lack of try. Jake Allen has made 20 saves. Getting the call for the first time in a couple of weeks. 2-1-1 on the year, coming in with a save percentage of .876. Calvin Pickard looking for his 4th straight win. Arvidsson swarmed under. Siegenthaler dug it out for Bouchard. A slap shot to save made Jake Allen. Rebound trickled free, and the Devils are able to one-hand it back towards center. You thought that was a penalty on Arvidsson?
No, a little bit, but I love the work ethic there for Colson to keep the play alive.
Draisaitl to put Colson, right-hand side Arvidsson. Smacked off his stick, and Put Colson will follow it up one more time. But Colson, each of the last 2 games, has made plays leading directly to Leon Draisaitl's goals. And Leon Draisaitl tried to set him up moments ago, and Put Colson missed an empty net. Lifted in by Dawson Mercer. Draisaitl with 9 goals, Bob. Only Hischier and 4 other players have more with 10.
Right now, the Oilers probably deserve a better fate than to not have a goal on 21 shots. They played pretty well here.
Ekholm, left-hand side. Nugent Hopkins streaks in, centers, and that was punched just over the net. What a drive by Zach Hyman as he tried to redirect it over Jake Allen and just missed. Crashed into Allen and then the net post. Goal off its moorings. It was 7:04 to go in the second period. Face-off upcoming with New Jersey still clinging to that 1-0 lead, but another good look and right on the tape from Nugent Hopkins. Hyman unable to find the range, and the face-off will come outside the blue line right in front of the Oiler bench, patrolled by Chris Knobloch, whose doppelganger in the building. Had a chance to chat with Dave Hackstall from Irma, Alberta, former head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers and the Seattle Kraken, now doing some scouting for himself, independent scouting, and taking a year to reassess. Dougie Hamilton, I'm sure we'll see him behind a bench not too far in the distant future. Driving in left-hand side, Hughes gives it up. Jesper Bratt to the point. Dougie Hamilton a drive and a save made by Calvin Pickard, and he'll put that puck to rest. His 11th stop of the night with 6:40 to go in the second, and the New Jersey Devils still leading by a score of 1-0. Devils last year without Hischier and Hughes in the lineup together. That's their 1-2 punch down the middle. This is what I mean by the fact that they're just as valuable to Jersey maybe as McDavid and Draisaitl are to Edmonton, or at least in the same paragraph. 9-16-1 when they were missing one or both of them. And that's a 60-point pace, and that's enough to drop you out of the playoffs.
Didn't help, but what was the save percentage again?
8-9-2. 27th in the league.
That doesn't help either, Jim.
No. If you don't have goaltending, Bob, as you know, you don't have anything.
Pat Burns, goaltending 70% of hockey. Unless you don't have it, then it's 100% of hockey.
Pat Burns won a Stanley Cup in New Jersey. Good anecdote, Bob. Here's Brown. Sent in deep. That was the only cup he won, was with the New Jersey Devils.
Well, we would have never heard the end of it if he won in Toronto.
Deflected back towards center. Here's Matthias Janmark. Luke Hughes muscling it free. Sheldon Keefe could not escape the pain of several first-round defeats. Did get to the second round once, but that was all. Ultimately, the Maple Leafs could not live with that lack of postseason success.
In fairness, tough division.
Ekholm will shoot it in. You think? Florida and Boston, perennial minimum 100-point teams, if not greater than that. Boston, the all-time record a couple years ago. Ekholm, slide step by Bouchard, poke checked off his stick by Nason. Again, still the owner of the only goal of this hockey game. Came 5 minutes in, and it's still 1-0 as we approach the 5-minute mark of period 2. Devils with control of the puck. Siegenthaler and Kovacevic trade in their own end. And then Siegenthaler's stick exploded on him. He's able to soccer up to center, but off that break, it's Corey Perry to Derek Ryan, and now Evan Bouchard. He loads up. He waits. He shoots, and that just stayed out. High blocker. Rebound, battled for, and ultimately covered with Hyman and Perry buzzing that Devils net. A great break for Edmonton, and then Bouchard just misses short side against the blocker of Jake Allen. And the Oilers unable to come up with a rebound. Allen does, freezes it, and allows us one last break here in the second period, where the Devils have been dominated, but they still lead it 1-0 on the strength of Jake Allen's 21 saves through 35 minutes. We're live at Rogers Place with Ford Dealers NHL Hockey. The Oilers Radio Network.
Weather forecast? Ugh. Savings forecast? Cha-ching. Save up to $225 on a set of 4 Select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 at Fountain Tire until December 14th. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together.
Hockey is back, and so is Play Alberta, Alberta's #1 sports book and the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheer for the Oilers while scoring bigger offers, boosted odds, live betting, player props, and more. New to Alberta? New players now receive $200 in free bets just for signing up. Already a player? Get a $10 free bet for every $100 you bet. Download the new Sportsbook app and make your picks today. Bonus terms and conditions apply.
Blue-collar work deserves big-dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account equipment.ca to find your new career? Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Weather forecast? Ugh. Savings forecast? Cha-ching. Save up to $225 on a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 at Fountain Tire until December 14th. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Face off to Jake Allen's left-hand side. Less than 5 minutes to play in this second period. They've seen Edmonton outshoot New Jersey 8-2. But still, the score remains Devils 1 and the Oilers no score. Luke Hughes rifles a pass left side off of Hischier. Grabbed by Troy Stetcher up the right-hand side. Hischier again tied for the league lead with 10 goals coming into this game. He's had a 31-goal season. Solid two-way center iceman. Playing with Mercer and Timo Meier. Puck carved out of there and flipped up the right-hand side by Corey Perry. Looking for Derek Ryan. That was broken up. Now the Oilers have to tag back on side. Noah Phil. He backs off. Brett Pesce scampers up the right-hand side, and it's lifted in deep by Hischier. Calvin Pickard will drop it off for Troy Stetcher. Calvin Pickard, 32 years of age, limbering up yesterday before Calgary, doing a little hip exercises. Told me he's got to do those now at 32 to 22. Yeah, too many men, no question. And the Devils plead and get the first power play of the hockey game, time 16:06, and that's a bit of a gift. And, Bob, as you know, the Devils have not been a good 5-on-5 team thus far this year. But on the power play and on the penalty kill, they've been very good. Power play clicking along at 29%. Meyer and the Devils bench quickly alerting the officials that Edmonton had too many, and that was a no-brainer.
You don't get much more obvious than that. The Oilers' face-offs this year are sliding a bit, but they're still fourth in the league, 54.7. The Devils at 50.7. But in this game,
Oilers need a kill here. 61% dead last in the league, Bob. They keep getting nicked.
Yeah.
As you said, everything that could go wrong does go wrong on the penalty kill through the first 12 games.
It's a huge kill right now. I was going to say, Edmonton's won 65% of the draws in this game.
13 goals allowed in 12 games for Edmonton's penalty killers. It's brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. And off the draw, Darnell Nurse will start the kill on the right foot with a drive up the left-hand side. Henrique, Nugent-Hopkins, and Ekholm round out the penalty-killing quartet. Devils bring it up ice. Bratt at center, weaving his way in and dishing off to Dougie Hamilton. Now Jack Hughes. Hamilton up top. Hischier, one-timer score. And the Devils extend to a 2-0 lead, and it's Jesper Bratt squeezing it through the 5-hole of Calvin Pickard. I don't know what it is, Bob, but it's Bratt more than any other Devil that sticks out as a guy who always seemed to stick it to Edmonton. That's his 7th goal in 11 career games against the Oilers.
And the Oilers' penalty-killing woes continue.
That was well executed.
It was. And, you know, part of why they're going well in the power play is just the quickness of the puck movement. They're not static.
Time 16:34 on the power play. And the Devils do have a 2-0 lead. Bratt, just his 3rd goal of the season.
This was always going to be a tough game, even if you had Connor McDavid, second of a back-to-back against a fast team like this. And it didn't help that they were poor in Calgary on Friday night.
Set in deep. Devils pour into the offensive zone. Hischier with the primary helper, Hamilton secondary. And as you mentioned, Bob, all 5 players touched the puck on that power play goal. Sent in deep. And Hischier, you know, that short little pass, it's it's a microcosm of what his game is all about. He's kind of their Nugent Hopkins. Makes all the fundamental plays at both ends of the rink and has just enough elite skill.
Yeah, he's become Nuge does have a 100-point season, but Heischer's a heck of a player.
Here's Zach Hyman in over the line, left wing, tries to tuck it inside, poke checked away. Derek Ryan trying to jam it home, and he's had a couple of looks tonight as Luke Hughes had him tied up, 2:37 to go in the second period. And I will give Luke Hughes some credit here. He tied up Colson's stick a little bit, and that time with Derek Ryan on the doorstep, he was able to deny Ryan a real look, along with an old-school poke check from Jake Allen.
Allen's had a good game, Jock.
Well, he's perfect on 22 shots. 2-0.
It's tough to be better on those 22 shots.
I was going to say, he's a proven goalie. He's in his 13th year. He's logged a lot of tough miles. He's played behind good teams, played behind bad teams. He's seen it all, as you usually do when you're decade plus in the league. Off the draw, Hamilton and Podkolzin engaged behind the New Jersey net. Carefully brought up the left-hand side by Hischier. And from center ice, it's worked ahead. A big hit. Bratt was flattened by Darnell Nurse. Thrust around the boards, Brett Kulak. Now Podkolzin will gain the line. Drop pass for Draisaitl. Centering pass off the stick of Allen up on the glass. Arvidsson held the zone, albeit momentarily. Forced back to center with less than 2 minutes to play in the second period. I'll tell you what, the crowd has been quieted by that second New Jersey goal. Here's Leon Draisaitl hustling through the middle of the ice. Dishing off, getting it back against Dillon, centering pass. Arvidsson couldn't find it. Now Troy Stetcher spins, and likewise he lost it off his backhand. And Edmonton lacking that fine polish. Centering pass quickly tipped on net, and a save on Podkolzin by Jake Allen. And Podkolzin continues to be snake-bitten. I would suggest to you Dan Vladar's best save of the night last night in Calgary was against Podkolzin.
Excellent play from Emerson. He activated down the right side and then short side pass in front. Podkolzin nearly tapped that one home. LaGuardian got a little lucky there. Jake Allen. And it's been part of the storyline here tonight.
25 career shutouts for Jake Allen. And he already has a shutout to his credit this season as he bageled Utah. Off the draw, you've got Jack Hughes behind the net for Brett Pesce. Lead pass left wing. Oh, blowing a wheel was Emerson. Here's a gift, but Hischier could not thread it through to Stefan Nason. Wow. The Devils might rue that missed opportunity to gain a stranglehold on this game. Emerson just fell down, and Hischier could not get it through to Nason. I was a little surprised he didn't shoot that puck. Edmonton on it. Brett Kulak working his way up the right-hand side to Emerson, who shoots it in with a minute to go in this second period. Allen between the wickets for Brett Pesce. Looks up ice, feeds Jack Hughes to the middle, and the Devils unable to come up with it. 3-on-2 for the Oilers. Right to left, Henrique to Matthias Janmark. Centering pass deflected up in the air, batted it around, and Jake Allen's got it. And that pass just a little behind Janmark. Again, the finer points of the offensive finish do not seem to be there through near 40 minutes for Edmonton. 40 seconds to go in the period still. 2-0 for New Jersey.
If you had told me that Edmonton would be out shooting New Jersey 24-13 late in the second period here,
you're probably thinking 2-0 Edmonton.
I would take that all day. Coming off the second of a back-to-back, Oilers are going to load up their top line for the final 41 seconds of this period.
Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman on the ice. 5-on-5 with 40 seconds to go here. Ekholm and Bouchard face off right side of Jake Allen. Draisaitl beaten off the draw. Puck in the corner, trapped him, chiseling, digging hard. Zach Hyman, he went down. Draisaitl ridden behind the net by Kovacevic, who was careful not to take a holding penalty and allow Timo Meier to wedge that down the ice. It'll be icing against New Jersey. And Dawson Mercer a little frustrated he didn't get the call. Another first-round pick that the Devils picked up back in 2020. He's had a couple of 20-goal seasons, including last year.
He works. See, they added the size in the offseason on the back end, getting Dylan and Kovacevic, and then obviously a guy that can really play in Pesci.
Well, the other thing you like about Mercer is he's never missed a game, Bob. In his fourth year, he's durable. And that's one of the underrated qualities. They're going to drop this puck again. Libor Sikonik wants rated qualities. When we get asked about McDavid and Draisaitl, people forget part of being a great player is always being there. And I know McDavid's out right now, but he's going to be back soon. These guys don't miss more than a handful of games a year, and most of the time they don't miss any. Draisaitl wins the faceoff. Bouchard to drive, and that was blocked. He'll keep it in, though. Devils had a chance to get it out. Did not do it. Shoveled out to the point. One-timer Bouchard deflected right in front, and that might have hurt Siegenthaler. He's going to be okay. The Devils will skate out the remaining time as the Oilers just kind of packed it in for the rest of the period. And Kovacevic, I don't think Edmonton realized they had 5 or 6 seconds there, and Kovacevic was the only man skating. And just leisurely strolled up the center to melt the remaining time on the clock. And as Bob mentioned, despite holding New Jersey to just 3 second-period shots, the Devils are able to bang one of those in on the power play. Jesper Bratt with the conversion. That follows up Stefan Nason's goal 5 minutes in. And as a result, the Oilers trudged to their dressing room, no doubt a bit frustrated, having outshot New Jersey by a nearly 2-1 margin, and yet trailing in this game by a score of 2-0.
Oilers have done some good things, and they've dominated the shot share and the zone time. But right now, Jake Allen's putting up a wall in the net. Now, New Jersey's missed some opportunities off the rush, but the Oilers have missed some glorious chances, too. And they're going to have to summon a lot of energy here in the third period to find a way to...
Well, the Devils got one look in that second period, and it went in.
They scored on 1 of 3 shots.
Right.
So...
And they, you're right. Both teams had all kinds of chances in the first period. First period could have been tied at 3, quite honestly. That's how good the chances were. They dried up for New Jersey in the second. Oilers had some good looks, and I would agree with you. I mean, Jake Allen has been good tonight. He's also gotten a couple of bounces to go his way.
That's the biggest thing, is he's, and for Pickard, first one, got a pretty good look at it. That one, the great fly-away passing play.
Yeah.
Point-blank look. That one went through Pickard.
5-hole, yep.
5-hole through Pickard. Lots of work for the Oilers to do here in the third. We'll see what sort of juice they got left, Jack.
Nason is 6th. Bratt with a goal and an assist tonight. And that conversion on the power play, that's the other thing. The Oilers are league periods, so that's a positive if you're looking for positives with respect to the Edmonton Oilers. Most recently, a week ago tonight, rallying from a 2-1 deficit to ultimately upend Detroit in OT. 2-0 Devils. And it will be Brent and Rob when we come back. Live coverage, Rogers Place, downtown Edmonton. For Dealers NHL Hockey. The Oilers Radio Network.
You can't predict exactly how your harvest will go. So here's the next best thing. InvigorResults.ca. Featuring localized and replicated trial results, you can see how Invigor canola hybrids could perform in your fields. And see how Invigor canola hybrids could perform in your fields. But more importantly, the results demonstrate our consistent track record and undisputed leadership, giving you the confidence to flex your harvest muscle. Go to InvigorResults.ca to see results in your area today.
Stay connected with your community and enjoy the latest updates and exclusive access to concerts and events by becoming an 880 Ched Insider. Don't miss out on a single moment. Sign up now at 880ched.com and click on Ched Insider Newsletter to become a vital part of Edmonton's premier news and talk community. 880 Ched, Edmonton's news, today's talk, where Edmonton stays informed and entertained today and every day. The Intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. With the Row Flooring Centers, let's get flooring.
I mean, it's hard to keep your job when a guy goes on that kind of heater. Yep. And he hasn't been that good again. Here's Draisaitl off the draw, centering pass, and somehow put goals and missed an empty net. That would have been his first goal since March of 2023.
And that's our Highlight Zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone. Welcome to the second intermission. Bryn Griffiths along with Rob Brown here, Rogers Place, and after 40 minutes of play, it is a 2-0 score in favor of the visiting New Jersey Devils. Well, we talked in that first intermission about just can't make a lot of mistakes. Oilers really only made one, and they got a little caught up in the neutral zone and got tagged for too many men on the ice, and the Devils made them pay, Rob.
Well, they didn't get caught up. They had too many men on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
And you know it's a too many men penalty when the right-hand defenseman passes the puck to the right-hand defenseman. And Bouchard got the puck on the boards. He throws it back to Emerson, and when he oh, no. That's the guy that's... so I'm not sure who was supposed to come off. I'm not sure who was supposed to come on. But both Emerson and Bouchard were on the ice. Too many men. And yes, in a game that is tight, both teams playing well, the Oilers controlling the play in that period, but facing a tough goaltender, you can't make a big mistake. You know, and you got a poor penalty killing as it is on the season. So you blink first, you make the first big mistake, you give the New Jersey Devils, who have a fairly good power play, you give them a chance, and they make you pay quickly. That was just an unfortunate mistake that cost the Oilers dearly.
It's one of the very few times I'm staring right at what happened on that one, and Noah Philp he was going to go off the ice, and at the last second veered away from the bench, went back into the play.
But that wouldn't be his man, though. It was three defensemen, though.
Yeah, but what I was watching, the one forward was basically just straddled on the bench, and you could just see there was all sorts of confusion on that bench, and then it ended up being a defenseman that came out onto the play. It just, all of a sudden, in the span of about 20 seconds there, it just went crazy for them.
It was a miscommunication.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if Emerson came on for Bouchard or if Bouchard came on for Emerson, but for the Oilers, both of them were on the ice, and that one was easy. That was easy to find for the referees as the six were out there for a while. And again, those are the mistakes that haunt you. You're playing well, outplayed the Devils quite badly in that period, carried most of the play. And then the one thing that has really struggled for the Oilers this year is their penalty killing. And you make a mistake, you're hoping your penalty killing unit can bail you out. And I don't know how many seconds it was into the power play. It wasn't very long.
No.
And they set it up. Everyone's touched the puck on the Devils team, ends up in the slot, and nobody's covering Jesper Brett, and he makes no mistake. And all of a sudden, the Edmonton Oilers have a much bigger hill to climb here in the final 20.
Well, the other thing, they can't beat Jake Allen, who's been very steady today. They outshot the Devils 11-3 in that second period. It's just doesn't seem to be there. Like there just seems to be missing a little bit of a spark, but yet they've had their chances.
Well, yeah, they've had the chances, and Allen has been good. He's been fortunate. The Oilers, when you're a team that is as good on the face-offs as they are, you have a lot of set plays. Leon and Connor, they have the most set ones for their line and their line mates. And Leon had a set play. They won it back, and it comes back to Bouchard. He finds Leon back door, but Colson knows where he's supposed to go. He goes in front of the net. Now,
he puts that in.
It looks easy. I'm telling you, it's not. I know the net was completely open, but Colson didn't have his body turned, so in that, and there was a defender on him. But that's one that if you want to stay in the top six, and Colson certainly does, and he's earned that spot. He's played very, very well. Those are the ones that you have to put in the net. You know, that goes in. It's one. But it was a nice setup, nice execution. Just unfortunately for the Oilers, no finish, because that was one that Jake Allen, sometimes you got to be good, as Allen has been. Yeah. Sometimes you got to be lucky, as he was right there.
The other thing, too, the Oilers and the Devils had a 4-on-4 situation there where it was like it was an Oiler power play.
I was going to say it was a 4-on-4 only in numbers.
Right.
That was, the Devils were exhausted. There was nothing they could do. They weren't coming close to getting the puck. And then the Oilers actually made a change at one point, too. And now the Devil players are like, oh, no, here comes some fresh legs. Normally we see that with Connor and Leon. This time it was Connor and Arvidsson, and they made a number of very nice plays that unfortunately were not able to find the clear shooting lane. But if you talk about territorial-wise and puck possession, that second period, the Oilers controlled that, which is great considering they're playing against a puck possession team in New Jersey.
Right.
The one problem for the Oilers in the third period is when you start pushing and you're down 2, sometimes you have to take those 50-50s. You take that chance. The Devils do have speed. They do have skilled players. That's where they'll take advantage of it. So the Oilers, as much as they've got to push the play and maybe take a chance here or there, they got to be very cognizant of having a third man high or having a defenseman, making sure that they're back, because this New Jersey Devil team right now is waiting for that odd man rush going.
Hey, your thoughts on Jesper Bratt? I was watching for 2 shifts specifically. Man, he just moves so nicely, moves into those holes beautifully. He's a really solid hockey player.
He's got skill. He's, probably he averages about 60, 65 points a season. He's getting better as he gets older. What's he now? 26 years old. He's just coming into his prime. He's fast. Again, he's one of those Devil players that's highly skilled and not big. He's only 5'10", and I know I had hockey cards of myself. We always lied about our height, so probably not quite 5'10", and only 175 pounds. But he puts himself in positions where he doesn't get hit. He's speedy, very heady, and the goal that he scored, he started around the goal line. He followed where the puck was being passed, and then he kind of got out into a quiet area, and it snuck away from the 2 defenders. And when the puck came to him, it was on and off his stick. Calvin Pickard, I know that Bob said it went through him. It did, but a 5-hole, when a goalie's moving, if you can hit the 5-hole, he can't stop it. The goalie has to push off. It's there. It's a small hole. If you hit it, it's going in. And unfortunately for the Oilers, Jesper Bratt found it.
Rob, we have about 30 seconds. What do the Oilers have to do here in the third period? Just more of the same and hope you get a few bounces?
More of the same and find the back of the net.
Right.
They've done a lot good in this game. 23 shots. I bet you they got close to a dozen grade A scoring chances. They're getting the looks. There's been a desperation by the Devils. You saw at the very end, the Devil player, Siegenthaler, just laying on the ice in front of the goalie. There's desperation, but the Oilers just keep doing more of the same. Execute. The Edmonton Oilers, they need to get that first goal to give themselves a little life.
Okay, Rob, thanks. We'll talk to you after the game. And At the Intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. We're back with more from Rogers Place. This is your Ford Dealers Oilers Radio Network.
Bloom Benefits offers amazing coverage that even the toughest hockey players can get behind. With excellent coverage, they offer things like massage. You want to go? Counseling services. Let's go. Dental coverage. That was not offside. And eye exams. With CustomBenefits.ca. Hockey is back, and so is Play Alberta. Alberta's #1 sportsbook and the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheer for the Oilers while scoring bigger offers, boosted odds, live betting, player props, and more. New to Alberta? New players now receive $200 in free bets just for signing up. Already a player? Get a $10 free bet for every $100 you bet. Download the new Sportsbook app and make your picks today. Bonus terms and conditions apply.
Over the last decade, the world of work has changed dramatically. It's a change that can cause a disconnect between a company and its employees. But a partnership with Aon can help by making decisions that create a more flexible, engaged, and resilient workforce. Aon's experience and expertise, global understanding, and advanced analytics ensure that every client is better informed and better advised so that they can make better decisions. Whatever the next decade brings, Aon is in the business of better decisions.
This is Global News at the second intermission. I'm Zach Ferguson. The federal government is going to require oil and gas producers in Canada to cut greenhouse gas emissions by 1/3 over the next 8 years. The new regulations from Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault aim to reward lower emitting producers and incentivize higher polluting ones to do more. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith called the measures unrealistic targets and promises she'll fight the regulations in court. More than 700 unionized workers at British Columbia ports are being locked out in a move that the union says will shut down all ports across the province until further notice. The BC Maritime Employers Association says it made the difficult decision to lock out foremen after the International Longshore and Warehouse Union started an industry-wide strike action. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump have made their final pitches to voters in the same part of Pennsylvania at roughly the same time in the United States. The two presidential hopefuls spent the last full day of the presidential campaign in a state that could make or break their chances at the White House. I'm Zach Ferguson, your next scheduled newscast after the game on 880 CHED.
The holiday countdown has started at Freedom Ford. Unbeatable deals on 2024 models with savings up to $15,000 and 0% financing. Plus, Enjoy up to $10,000 cash back on your new Ford. Hurry, these offers won't last.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit MIC.
MCO has been building industry centers.
Let's get...
Bryn Griffiths back at Rogers Place after 40 minutes of play. The New Jersey Devils lead the Edmonton Oilers 2-0. Let's take a look at what's going on the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Just one other matchup. They are late in the third period. The Los Angeles Kings with a 2-0 lead on the hometown Nashville Predators. With a 2-0 lead on the hometown Nashville Predators. Anze Kopitar and Kevin Fiala for the LA Kings in that one tonight. And Monday Night Football in the NFL, it's Tampa with a record of 4-4 taking on the 7-0 Chiefs, and they are just starting the fourth quarter, and they are all... That one's going to be exciting too. Coming back for an exciting third period. That's your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Players returning to the ice after intermission. Brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is the Ford Dealers Oilers Radio Network.
Real Canadian Superstore has more ways to save than any other major grocer. Check out their weekly flyer for PC Optimum offers, deals on club size, no name, and always low-priced everyday items. Visit in-store to find everything from fashion and home decor to toys and electronics. And don't forget their new Fresh Promise on produce. If your produce isn't fresh, they'll replace it and refund it. There are so many ways to save at Real Canadian Superstore. See their flyer for details.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
It's game on at City Ford.
With an all-star lineup of 2024 Ford favorites, save up to $5,000 on Escapes.
Up to $6,000 on Bronco.
$1,000 on F-150s.
Plus, find 0% financing options available on all three vehicles.
Score an all-star deal today and spin and win an iPad, Oilers merch, Costco card, even a trip to Vegas.
Visit City Ford on the St. Albert Trail.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Welcome back inside our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. 2-0 New Jersey as we head to the third period. Nascent in the first. At even strength. Pratt in the second on the power play. And a reminder, tonight's 50-50 jackpot sitting at $530,000. Jackpot sitting at $530,000 and benefiting the Stollery Children's Hospital. Chance to live a long and healthy life. Can't think of a better cause than that one. And for Oiler partisans, they couldn't think of a better scenario than a third period comeback tonight against the New Jersey deep. Bouchard turns and fires down the middle. That'll be an icing call 11 seconds into the third period. The Oilers have outshot the Devils 23-13. And as my broadcast partner Bob Stauffer noted, have done a lot of good things. But the one thing they haven't done really on a regular basis this year is score. Yeah, and they're now 2-0. They've scored 5 goals one time this season.
Highest scoring team in the NHL over the last 2 seasons in the regular season.
And they're in the bottom 5 right now. Off the draw. Battled for, ultimately controlled by it with 9 goals in their last 2 games, but thus far been bageled by Jake Allen. Ekholm, I think, was trying to fool Allen there as he kind of made a move toward rimming and then shooting from beyond the blue line, but Allen held his position to his right. We saw that executed one time in St. Paul years ago, you and I did.
Yeah. You know who could do it well was Lyle Odeline and Brent Severin, who's from Bakerville, another U of A guy. But Lyle Odeline was a guy that was really... And then he could catch the goaltender cheating a bit.
The New Jersey Devils captain, now in his 8th year, will dig in against Arvidsson. Tie-up draw situation, squirted loose to Evan Bouchard. Slide step to his right. Draisaitl pressured by Siegenthaler, shook him, then centered, and that was broken up, and it drifts outside the zone. Arvidsson to Evan Bouchard. Opening minute, third period. The Oilers trail 2-0 on home ice. And once again, Bob, it seems like every year, early in the summer at home, Bouchard to Perry, but done a lot of things right tonight. Perry tried to bring it back to his backhand, couldn't get a shot away against Luke Hughes. Kept alive by Arvidsson. Out Draisaitl, he was chopped down. That'll be our first penalty of the night. That will result in an Edmonton power play. It's Nico Hischier, the captain, who chopped Leon Draisaitl down. I thought it was Hischier, but no, they're going to say instead Timo Meier. Yeah, you could have called it on either, to be honest with you. They got Meier in from the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Boy, Hischier was right there, too. Well, whatever. It's Meier.
I'd rather have Hischier in the box. It's
yes,
better face
exactly. And, talk about a reliable guy in all situations. It'd be Nico Hischier. Face-off right-hand side of Jake Allen.
He's going to take the draw here. Draisaitl went to see Brad Harrison there, and they took a look at his skate.
So Meier in the box. Hischier stays out to take the draw against Draisaitl. Bouchard and Hyman stack the paint. Nugent Hopkins and Ekholm round out this Atco Energy power play in it, which came through last night, Bob, with the game-winning goal midway through the third. But here, the Devils win the draw and rifle it down the left-hand side. Atco Energy, your trusted Alberta retailer. Minute 20 gone by third period. Edmonton trails 2-0. Looking to break through against Jake Allen on the power play. Came through in the clutch last night. Needs to do so again tonight. Here's Ekholm winding it up. No shot lane. Bouchard, top of the right circle. Draisaitl. That front presence is Hyman. Here's Nugent Hopkins, right side of the net. Short side, a couple of stuffs and a save made by Jake Allen. And it's Dawson Mercer looking up ice, locating Hischier. 2-on-2 short-handed, and Hischier will shoot it in off the pads of Calvin Pickard in net tonight for Edmonton. Stuart Skinner having earned the victory last night with 28 saves in the 4-2 win over Calgary. Second of a back-to-back for Edmonton. Draisaitl tried to drop it off to Bouchard, and that was a miscommunication. Drifts outside the zone. Nugent Hopkins gathering himself at center ice. Left to right, Edmonton pours back in. Change-up situation. Onto the ice, Adam Henrique joining the fray on the power play. Freeing it up for Ekholm. Calling for it, Bouchard, no shot. Flicks it down low for Nugent Hopkins. Checked by Pesce. Bouchard to Ekholm up top. Hard pass collected by Henrique. Back to Ekholm at the point. Hyman side of the net. Blast. Bouchard staved Jake Allen. Rebound. Hyman freed it up. Henrique nearly blew a wheel. Got it back to Ekholm. Bouchard with 20 seconds left on the power play. Had it swatted away by Erik Haula. Little indecision there up top, and it cost the Oilers. Ekholm. Checked by Pesce. Loose puck. Pesce flipped up the boards. Jack Hughes able to settle and take the hit from Corey Perry to make the play inside the Oiler blue line. And that will be all for Edmonton's first power play opportunity of the night. Jack Hughes, the steal on Nurse, who comes back into his midsection, frees it up for Jeff Skinner. Puck rolls free. Skinner had his stick lifted from behind. Dougie Hamilton challenges his one-time teammate Jeff Skinner in Carolina. And now a burst of speed up the right-hand side from Andre Palat. Hamilton comes over to guide it back toward the Oiler blue line, and it's a reset for Darnell Nurse and Troy Stetcher. 3.5 gone by third period. Punched forward by Noah Philp. Handed by Jake Allen. Right-hand side, Luke Hughes. Put it up the wall. And the New Jersey Devils have something brewing here. Tatar in over the line with Justin Dowling. He'll get it in deep. Dowling against Troy Stetcher. Edmonton able to bust up the cycle. Janmark reversed back behind his own net for Emerson. Stetcher then threw it up the boards. Janmark can't make a play on it. And Paul Cotter takes over for New Jersey. Second life for the Devils in the offensive zone on a play that seemed dead. Here's Cotter. Trying to change a pace and was dumped to the ice by Ty Emerson. Stepping up is Luke Hughes through the wickets of Erik Haula and thrust around the boards for Paul Cotter. Haula, sharp left corner. Tried to center it. That clattered off the boards. Cotter to Halla. Checked by Stetcher. Those two grapple for puck possession. The Devils able to keep the Oilers hemmed in near the half wall. Now Stetcher with a steal and an outlet to Connor Brown. And finally, the puck is forked back inside the Devils' blue line. Nason over to Luke Hughes. But right now, New Jersey just biding time.
This is being played at their tempo and pace. They got this game in lockdown right now.
Chipped in by Andre Palat. Now, the Devils are not your dad's Devils. This is not a lockdown team. Still prone to leaks defensively. Shot in by Leon Draisaitl. Here comes Podkolzin barreling down the right-hand side with Kulak. Draisaitl had it trickle off his stick. Victor Arvidsson given some space coming off the left half boards, but when he tried to center, it was tipped. And Palat will break it out for New Jersey. Jesper Bratt challenging, centering for Jack Hughes. Nowhere to move the puck. Bratt gives it back to Kovacevic, and down low one more time for Hughes. Palat behind the net for Jesper Bratt. Centers, and that was deflected away from Jack Hughes, who was barreling down the slot. Dillon over to Kovacevic. Jack Hughes. He'll send it down low, and Darnell Nurse will pick up a loose puck. The Devils just wanted a change. Arvidsson will bring it to center for the Oilers left to right. From the blue line, he'll float one toward the net. Allen gave up a rebound, but it was cleared safely to center, and Bouchard and Ekholm have to fall back. The Oilers' 20 minutes to live is down to 14. Dawson Mercer in over the line. Play is onside as he'll wrist one down deep. Meyer tucks it in front. Wrist shot somehow stayed out. Nico Hischier had Pickard down and out and failed to bury it. And that may prove costly for the Devils. That would have been the insurance goal they needed. Hamilton trying to buy a call on the far side. He got shaken up. Might have collided with Zach Hyman at live speed. Luke Hughes to Timo Meyer, but the Devils don't get it out. And Bouchard down the half boards. Tried to center, and Luke Hughes took it away.
There's lots of cheap stick work out there in this game tonight. That's because they didn't call anything early.
Ekholm inside his own blue line. Are you saying both sides or predominantly Jersey?
No, both sides. Both sides.
13:15 to go, third period. Oilers have outshot the Devils by a 2-1 margin, 28-14. Yet they trail 2-0. Hischier missing an open net.
Well, there's one each way.
Yeah.
Podkolzin and Hischier.
Right, but one guy hasn't scored in a year and a half, and the other is the captain of your team.
Yeah, fair
Lead
enough.
pass, Tomas Tatar. Paul Cotter will sprint in from the right-hand side. Finishes check on Emerson. Leveled him, in fact. Noah Philp freed it up, however, and Corey Perry with a dart up the middle. Trying to settle that puck down with Brett Kulak. Derek Ryan following it up, but Kovacevic will take it from Siegenthaler and send one skipping back through the neutral zone. Emerson to bat it down with 12.5 minutes now remaining in regulation. And New Jersey still holding a 2-0 lead. Brett Kulak to Connor Brown, right wing, wrist shot. And that missed badly. Careened off the corner boards all the way out to center. Brown had a glorious opportunity in the first period, only to be stoned by Jake Allen off the rush. Andre Palat, rink wide, looking for Jack Hughes. He's got it. Hughes will send it up the boards, but Stetcher is there to cut it off and slide it back through the neutral zone. Pesce over to Luke Hughes and chipped in deep by Jesper Bratt. Leaving it was Calvin Pickard. Hard rim around the boards, and the speed. He's first on the puck. Luke Hughes blew a wheel, quickly regains his feet, and the puck nudged free for Andre Palat. From center ice, tried to get it in. Palat, for years, a line mate of Steven Stamkos and Nikita Kucherov. Talk about a cushy position. Well, he's got two more good wingers with him right now, or two more good players to play with right now, and Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt. Dougie Hamilton off an Edmonton dump in through center ice. Sent in deep, Timo Meyer. Oilers break it out. Arvidsson, Draisaitl tried to go cross ice. That was tipped, and here's Timo Meyer. Maybe a 3-on-1. Hischier back to Meyer, denied by Pickard. Rebound, Mercer, wrist shot, Hamilton blocked. What a save by Calvin Pickard. Maybe the game-saving stop the Oilers needed. A right pad denial, and the Devils can't believe they haven't cashed in on a couple of recent point-blank opportunities. Calvin Pickard rising to the fore, and again, Hischier, the victim. He missed an empty net earlier. This time slid it across, and Timo Meyer stopped by Calvin Pickard. Will that turn out to be a turning point? We'll find out. 11:02 Edmonton no score. This is Four Dealers NHL Hockey. The Oilers Radio Network.
Believing in yourself takes confidence. At Portage College, 93% of grads say their education gave them the skills and knowledge they needed for their careers. That's the kind of confidence that leads to great results. Learn more at portagecollege.ca.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50s offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
Portage College graduates are incredibly employable. How does Portage know? 99% of employers surveyed said they would hire a Portage grad. Get career ready at Portage College. Learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Well, you got Jersey Devils, a face-off to Calvin Pickard's right-hand side, who might have just given Edmonton some real hope there with a denial of Timo Meier point blank. If that goes in 3-0, 11 minutes to go, it's probably all she wrote. Oilers through the neutral zone. Brendan Dillon defending against Jeff Skinner, who's got 21 career goals against New Jersey in 50 outings. Nugent Hopkins able to keep the play in the offensive zone for Zach Hyman. Jeff Skinner located net front as Hyman wheels up top, lost the handle, and here comes Dawson Meier in one motion. Backhander score, and there, Timo Meier able to convert off a brilliant touch pass from Dawson Mercer. It's 3-0 for the Devils. Timo Meier with his 6th of the year.
Well, Zach Hyman trying to maybe do a little bit too much. Reverse back to the top of the face-off circle out towards the blue line, turn the puck over, and then Meier. And the guy can score, we know that.
How about the touch from Mercer?
Oh, Mercer's a player.
I mean, they had to choose between Mercer and Holtz. And I think they got one right.
We're going to see Holtz. Shane Addy's working tonight's prime broadcast. He told me Holtz.
We'll see Holtz in Vegas.
Yeah, says he's been okay.
That brought Paul Cotter to New Jersey, that deal. And here we go with 3-0 now. Meier from Mercer. And the Devils in control at 3-0. Noah Philp will send it in deep. Will not get it out. Second effort. Derek Ryan keeps it alive. Kovacevic slugged it down the middle. That will roll wide of Pickard and be whistled for an icing call against the New Jersey Devils. 10:02 left in regulation, so a lot of time, but now the deficit is 3. And as Bob mentioned, despite not necessarily being defensive club,
they're way better on D.
They are better on D, and now they're talking about this, whether or not it should be the icing.
I don't think it should be. I think it should be a face-off just outside the New Jersey blue line.
No, they're gonna say it's a face-off in the Devil zone, I think. I don't know why it would be on the dot outside the blue line. That would seem to be a strange compromise, but as they sort it out, players
bottom line
around.
here is the Oilers had some early chances. I think whoever scored the first goal in this game was going to be important. I mean, Edmonton played the night before in Calgary.
Well, especially the magnitude of the chances, the volume of the chances in the first period. And it went New Jersey's way in a game that could have been 3-3 after the first.
Natural stat trick had the 5-on-5 scoring chances. One point at 15-2. Now I don't know if I buy that. Maybe they're not counting the misses that New Jersey had. But man, oh man, counting the misses that New Jersey had. But man, oh man.
Face off right side of Allen after the icing call whistled against New Jersey.
This is a game where the Oilers, it looks like they can't buy a goal.
Well, Oilers have outshot the Devils 28-16, but, you know, Pickard makes a great save on Meyer, and then you give him another chance point blank. And, you know, the Devils, as you pointed out, they've got enough skill guys where they can cash in on those if you give them enough opportunities.
And the Oilers are down the biggest skill guy
in Connor McDavid. They're still trying to sort out who was on the ice for the Devils at the time of that icing call. And this is now, Bob, closing in on a 2-minute delay. I mean, you don't see...
The only thing that's going to take longer than this is some of those votes that they're going to count in those swing states, John.
Face off to Jake Allen's right, including my home state, Pennsylvania. That one won't be decided for a while, I don't think. Here's Siegenthaler up the left-hand side. Paul Cotter freed it up. Holla tucked it inside the Oiler blue line. Bouchard tried to backhand it through traffic up front. And Siegenthaler to Kovacevic and spilled in smartly by Stefan Nason. So let's see how the Devils handle prosperity here. They were shut out by Calgary 3-0 on Friday night. Now, 72 hours later, after a detour through Banff, they've got a 3-0 lead. Draisaitl to Hyman in over the line to Matthias Ekholm. High slot, Bouchard, top of the right circle. Draisaitl, who came in 12th in the league in scoring, and again tied for 5th in goals. Draisaitl kept it in a second time. Luke Hughes, given a third opportunity to clear, made certain of it. And a line change coming for New Jersey as Matthias Ekholm will settle it down, and Edmonton's top line changed out. But Colson on the ice with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jeff Skinner. Nugent-Hopkins kicks it back, fired wide by Emerson, crushed by Kulak off the side of the net. Jeff Skinner tried to bank it off the New Jersey goaltender, and it was loose in the blue point for a moment before Allen was able to settle it down. Jake Allen has never shut out Edmonton, and this is his 22nd appearance, again over a 13-year career against the Edmonton 9 away from getting the shutout tonight. His last win, October the 14th, was a bagel over Utah. He's got Edmonton looking at a 3-0 score sheet right now. We'll be right back with more live third period play-by-play. This is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey, the Oilers Radio Network.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to MIC Your Choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
3-0 hockey game for New Jersey. A face-off to the right side of Jake Allen. With single tallies in each of the 3 periods. Nason at even strength in the first. Brad on the power play in the second. And Meyer in the third. Face-off, Allen's right-hand side. Ishier digs in against Nugent-Hopkins. So now, with Nugent-Hopkins being moved out, Jeff Skinner will replace and win the draw, try to bull his way toward the net. And then Kovacevic had a chance to move the puck, went right by it, was able to regain his composure and flip it through the middle. Emerson, little give and go with Brett Kulak. He'll chip it behind the Devils' defense. Kovacevic kind of anticipated where the puck was going and left it behind. The Devils trying to snake their way out of this one as well, and it rattles off a few skates. And New Jersey mucking it up, and Heishier gets it around Emerson, tries to tuck it in front for Mercer this time, and that was broken up and brought the other way by Nugent Hopkins. He'll chip and charge. Devils immediately able to clear. New Jersey not allowing Edmonton to spend a lot of extended zone time whatsoever. Pickard will handle a dump in from the Devils as both teams make wholesale changes in personnel. 8 minutes to play. Derek Ryan will send it in. Third straight game without Connor McDavid, and Edmonton feeling his absence right now. Trailing 3-0. Bratt likely guilty of icing here, and there's the whistle with 7:43 to go, and hopefully they've taken all the numbers this time, Bob, so we can continue.
Offensive zone draw, so Chris Knoblauch's. Corey Perry's going to jump out there on Leon Draisaitl and Zach Hyman. Hyman will play left wing.
Face off. Controlled after a moment by Jack Hughes. Tried to lay it off the glass. Great play by Draisaitl to knock it down. Bouchard through one man shoots, and that stayed out. Allen trying to get there. He was tied up in front, and Palat smartly backhanded it up the left-hand side to buy his goaltender some time. Bouchard to Corey Perry. On a line right now with Hyman and Draisaitl as the Oilers growing desperate here as we come up on 7 minutes to play. Draisaitl to Bouchard. He'll smack it into the corner. Pesce nearly gave it away. Dillon nudged it up the right-hand side. Good spin move by Bratt, but then he put too much on it. And that will lead to another icing call against New Jersey with 7:02 remaining in the third period. And again, the Oilers having outshot the Devils 30-16 and 17-6 over the last, what would that be, 33 minutes, Bob? 17-6, and they're being outscored 2-0 over that span.
It's hockey. Hockey's an unfair game with a degree of luck.
Face-off, red side.
And the Oilers got some luck last year at times.
Here's Hughes against Draisaitl. Corey Perry one-hands it out to Bouchard, then settled down a return pass, put it down low looking for Draisaitl, broken up by Dillon, and the Devils more than happy to take another icing call as Pesce fires it down the right-hand side. 6:49 to play in the third period.
New Jersey's done a better job at faceoffs as this game has gone on. They're almost at 50-yard now. It's 50-50. Jack, think back to the Dallas series and Edmonton surviving the double-minor to McDavid in the first overtime period of Game 1. They win Game 1, and then think Game 6, 33-10 the shots, Dallas all over Edmonton. It happens. It's the way the game works.
Off the draw, wrist shot fired hard by Hyman. Allen fought it off, and Andre Palat will bring it up through center, shovel it in. Devils make a line change. They're fresh, rested, ready to go. Edmonton on the second of a back-to-back, looking to summon whatever reserves they might have. Draisaitl getting hacked and whacked down the right-hand side, left it for Corey Perry. Behind the net, Draisaitl gives it up for Ekholm. Stetcher high slot. Perry top of the right circle. Good movement here, but the puck clipped the back of the net. That eluded Draisaitl, and he looks tired as he heads for the Oiler bench. The Devils able to lift back through the middle. 6 minutes to play. Stetcher, soft toss, went through a pair of Devil sticks, laid off to Dougie Hamilton, who's trying to protect. He was taken down, might have gotten away. A little slew foot on Derek Ryan. Siegenthaler able to escape up the right-hand side. He'll play it off the boards. That hopped over Nurse and tracked down by Troy Stetcher. Pass angled off the boards to Derek Ryan. Trying to shovel it down deep, did Adam Henrique, could not get it done. Instead, it's going to be Kovacevic with a blind turnover on Derek Ryan. Janmark took too long to move it, crashed into by Paul Cotter. Ryan got in the mix. Cotter looking to escape Janmark, fights through a couple of checks and moves it up the left-hand side for Justin Dowling. He was tossed aside rather routinely by Darnell Nurse, but to Dowling's credit, he got right back up and forced it back in. Brett Pesce handles an Edmonton clear by poking it over to Luke Hughes, who will just take a skate and then return to Pesce on the right-hand side. It's going to be sent in deep by Tomas Tatar. 5 minutes to play now, and Edmonton still trails 3-0. hope dwindling. Up the left-hand side, the Devils protecting. Here's Noah Philp. Could not get through Nico Hischier. Tried to tuck it outside to Tar. Bumped it free and flipped up the middle by Curtis McDermott. How about that in terms of a skill differential? Curtis McDermott wearing the number 23, most notably known by Scott Gomez wearing a Devils uniform. Different skill set. McDermott with a different set of hands than Scott Gomez. We've got an icing call coming against New Jersey. And Curtis McDermott, of course, a one-time teammate of Connor McDavid, who played for Chris Knobloch with the Erie Otters.
Yeah, hard-nosed, tough guy. They had three real tough defensemen, and they were part of that Erie Otters team. As Calvin Pickett's off the ice here, the Oilers are going to pull him. Chris Knobloch beat Sheldon Keefe. Erie in the Sioux that year. Darnell was in the Sioux.
So with Pickard on the bench, the net is empty, 4.5 to go, 6-on-5, Draisaitl with Nugent Hopkins and Hyman lining up in the slot. Draisaitl off the faceoff, Nugent Hopkins feeds Ekholm, and now Bouchard. Ekholm works at Nugent Hopkins, a shot through Jake Allen, but wide. Rebound, Draisaitl let it go back to Bouchard, and then gives it up to him. Ekholm winds it up. Nugent Hopkins centering pass, and Allen watches that scoot into the corner. Draisaitl to Bouchard. Shot blocked. Rebound, Draisaitl. Fighting through traffic, right corner. Played it back to Bouchard with 4 minutes to go in regulation. It's Ekholm with his team down 3-0. Getting it back from Draisaitl across to Bouchard. Showing one-timer. Draisaitl will take the one-timer to just miss far post. And that clattered off the corner boards and all the way inside the Oiler blue line.
I can't buy one tonight, Jack.
Devils will get a change. Here's Ekholm. He'll shovel it down deep from center. Jake Allen will play it up on the glass. Hyman able to swarm, keep the puck trapped in the right-hand corner. Draisaitl twisted it back to Evan Bouchard. He'll walk the line. Ekholm again. Snapped it back to Bouchard. Moves it to his forehand, then off to Ekholm. Showed slap pass, waits, sharp angle, threaded it through the wickets of Draisaitl, fed along the left-hand boards, picked up and shot toward the open net by Jack Hughes. He misses. Palat on his backhand. He'll turn it back to the forehand. Try to center for Bratt. That was broken up. The net is empty for the Edmonton Oilers, and Bratt releases the puck, but a hard forecheck by Jack Hughes forced Nugent Hopkins to drop it back to Ekholm.
Well, this guy's got to be exhausted for Edmonton.
Here's Bouchard at center ice. Still 6-on-5. Draisaitl walks it back in with 2:45 to play. Bouchard, Kulak, Draisaitl behind Arvidsson with that pass. Man went down awkwardly. Jeff Skinner, he's shaken up. Skinner's going to have to, well, he's going to try to grind it out. I think he's hurt, Bob. Here's a wrap-up by Kovacevic. A backhand clear for Paul Cotter. And the Oilers, once again, forced into full retreat. Brett Kulak picks it up with 2:25 to play. Oilers up on the shot clock, 31-16, but trailing on the scoreboard, 3-0. Sent in deep. Pesce to Brendan Dillon, now trapped in the corner. Holla went down. Pesce came up with the puck, fired toward the empty net, and just missed. This will be icing against New Jersey with 2:06 left to play. And you wonder whether Chris Knobloch will consider a timeout here.
This is one of the longest 6:05 stretches you'll ever see. No question. These guys should be relatively fresh that are on the ice for Edmonton.
Right side of goaltender Jake Allen. Off the draw, the Devils come up with a puck. Henrique was bull rushed out of there. The Devils had a chance to clear, did not get it done. A second effort by Brendan Dillon. Dropped it for Pesce on his backhand, weakly up the boards, but not out. But Colson to the point for Kulak. Here's Nurse giving it up for Corey Perry. Circling with 1:45 to play. Tried to give it to Nurse. That was broken up. Nurse fires, hit his own man. And now an opportunity for Paul Cotter to locate an open man. Holla dumped it inside the Oiler blue line. A quick change for the Devils. Brett Kulak will try to catch New Jersey in it. He'll drop it to Corey Perry. But Colson a shot and a save. Jake Allen, his 32nd of the night with 1:25 to go. And now at this point, even if the Oilers do bang one home, victory probably secure for New Jersey.
Guess who's going back in there?
Yeah, Calvin Pickard. That's what I'm saying. I think you're down 3 with 1:25 to go. No. The white flag goes up. I think that's what Chris Knobloch's thinking.
You've exhausted your top end players here. Second of back-to-back.
Noah Philp out there with Connor Brown and Derek Ryan. Off the face-off, Siegenthaler to Kovacevic. The Devils recognizing there's no empty net anymore. Siegenthaler will turn. That went off an Oilers stick, so this will not be icing. As that call back in his own zone will direct a pass over to Evan Bouchard. And now the only lasting suspense is whether Jake Allen can polish off the 26th National Hockey League shutout of his career. Oilers are going to be guilty of an icing down the middle with 59 seconds to go. And Edmonton will drop to 2-4-1 on home ice and back to 500 on the year at 6-6-1 with two more tough tests ahead this week, starting with Vegas. That's a 6:44 puck drop on Wednesday night, and in Vancouver, a rematch of last year's second-round series won by Edmonton in 7 games.
And I have a sneaking suspicion we might see Connor McDavid against the Vancouver.
In the Vancouver game. He did not rule that out tonight, Bob, or excuse me, today at the morning avail. He did say, and it seemed like all indications Wednesday was out of the question, but Saturday is a possibility.
Team will have a day off on Thursday as well.
Ekholm, right-hand side for Bouchard, cross ice, tipped away by McDermott. 35 seconds to go. The Devils try to get this shutout for their goaltender. Jake Allen will go to 3-1-1, and 2 of those 3 victories would be by way of the shutout if this score holds.
He played well. He earned it tonight.
31 stops officially. Derek Ryan with token pressure, and Brendan Dillon is more than content to just hang on to this puck and ensure the shutout for Jake Allen. He'll swing it up the boards. Nurse bumps it back in, but Edmonton's got a tag back onside, and that allows Dougie Hamilton to gleefully dance behind his own net. And Jake Allen, in his 13th year in the NHL, will secure his first ever shutout of the Edmonton Oilers, this being his 22nd career appearance against Edmonton. And the Devils win with a goal in each of the 3 periods, and Edmonton shut out for the second time this season. Shut out the season opener by the Winnipeg Jets 6-0, and tonight by a score of 3-0. 2 completely different games. Edmonton a plus 15 on the shot clock, but a minus 3 on the scoreboard. And Bob, it goes back to the first period where the Devils pushed their nose in front and the Oilers wasted a ton of chances. And then that power play goal gave New Jersey all the insurance it needed.
All they needed. And tonight, you just got the sense that Edmonton either needed to get the lead or at minimum needed to score in the power play when they got the chance when it was 2-0 game. They lose the special teams battle. They lost the goaltending battle. It's that simple. I mean, they outshot the Devils 18-6 over the final 2 periods. Got outscored 2-0. At the end of the day, their goaltender made 31 saves. Your guys stopped 13. They went 1 for 1 on the power play, and you didn't piss a drop on your power play. And the end result is the Edmonton Oilers drop a game in what was always going to be a difficult back-to-back, especially once New Jersey lost 3-0. You know, they pound Vancouver 6-0. Then they go to Calgary, and they kind of...
They laid an egg.
They laid an egg, right? And so
they didn't have any juice. That was probably their poorest effort of the year in talking with the Devils press.
So you knew they were going to be better today, and they were better today. And the Oilers, I mean, Adam Henrique hitting that crossbar early in the game.
Yeah, they had a lot of legs early, as we suspected. Yeah. The legs were going on the second of a back-to-back, and then the energy started to dwindle later in the second period.
The Oilers just aren't sharp offensively, Jack. And this is, I mean, you're talking about...
Is there any rational explanation for that? As you pointed out, the highest-scoring team in the league the last 2 years, and bottom 5 this year.
Well, at some point it'll come. I mean, part of it is the power play all year. Think about it. If your power play is going, think of just the subtlest of things that occurred last night. Janmark scores an empty net goal. Like, when your power play is going and making plays...
you can steal some games where you get outplayed 5-on-5.
You can
is what it does.
You're also in a situation where you're getting leads, and you're getting more, you know, you're up by a couple at 4-2, and you end up winning a game 5-2. So, end result... Jack, I'd take a split out of this back-to-back situation without Connor McDavid. Now, Vegas has not been as good on the road as they've been at home.
No, not even close.
Edmonton's...
They're 8-0 at home.
Yeah, well, Jack, I was just thinking, they probably haven't been as good on
I mean, they've been perfect.
Yes. So it's going to be a tough matchup. Again, we don't expect Connor McDavid to play.
Not against Vegas, a question mark for the weekend.
And I think Edmonton's going to have a very light practice tomorrow. Very little bit. We should explain. There's a team.
There's some NHL mandated activities throughout the course of the season, and one of them is tomorrow. Vegas, Bob, to your point, hasn't won a game on the road this year. They're 0-3-1 on the road. And what do they call it, the Fortress? Yeah. Well, they haven't won a game on the road.
Now, are you going to get some fluids in your system? Because you were fighting it. You were gutting this one out all game long.
Oh, really? You didn't like my sound tonight?
No, well, I mean, I would say that you were...
I was tinny?
I was
subpar?
You were 70%, but that's okay because I was 30, so combined we're 100.
Bob, it's always a pleasure working with you. Obviously, a 3-0 loss tonight. And the one thing is, Bob, I think there will be some natural juice in the building on Wednesday because 100%. It's still Vegas at Edmonton.
That's the team.
Allen perfect on 31 shots. He closes it out as the Oilers bow by a score of 3-0. Nason in the first at even strength. Bratt in the second on the power play. And then it was Timo Meier turning out the lights with an even strength goal halfway through the third period. The New Jersey Devils improved to 8-5-2 with a 3-0 shutout victory over the Edmonton Oilers. Jake Allen now 3-1-1 on the year, including 2 shutout victories, the first ever shutout that Allen has managed against Edmonton, while Calvin first ever loss against New Jersey. Remember, he came in at 4-0 career against the Devils with a save percentage of better than 94. He turned aside 13 of 16, but it's hard to win when you don't get any run support, and Edmonton didn't have it tonight. The Oilers, their modest run of 4 wins in 5 games is over. They dropped to 6-6-1, and they'll take on the Vegas Golden Knights, who check in with a record of 8-3-1, and Bruce Cassidy's club will be looking for its first road victory of the season when we have that up with the call. Puck drop scheduled for 6:44 Mountain Time, live from Rogers Place. Until then, for Bob Stauffer, Bryn Griffiths, and Rob Brown, this is Jack Michaels saying good night from Rogers Place. The final score, New Jersey 3, Edmonton 0. Ladies and gentlemen, the pleasure was all ours. The Rogers postgame show starts right now.
Exclusive live interviews, expert analysis, and game highlights. This is the Rogers postgame show. Once again, here's Bob Stauffer on the Oilers Radio Network.
I mean, it's hard to keep your job when a guy goes on that kind of heater. Yep. And he hasn't been that good again. Here's Draisaitl off the draw, centering pass, and somehow put goals and missed an empty net.
Oh.
That would have been his first goal since March.
Game tonight, that's the highlight zone. Century Casinos, all in, all games, all season. Century Casinos, 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, next to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the winners. On the Oilers get shut out despite putting up 31 shots on goal. Out shooting New Jersey 31-16. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Loyal to the oil, in Edmonton we trust. Rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go Oilers, E-Town unite. Ice District to Jasper, downtown to White. Wearing orange and blue, game on the street. Make the right call, Pizza 73.
From health, dental, travel, we got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments and no interest for a year. Let's bring aboard our inside the game analyst, Rob Brown. Rob, the Oilers had some chances early. Jake Allen fought through and made, could they?
No, when you play against a good team, and New Jersey's good, you've got to take advantages of your opportunities, and the Oilers didn't. They had some good looks. Henrique had one wide open net. He misses it wide. They had a couple partial breaks. Weren't able to capitalize. I mean, Evan Bouchard had about 4 or 5 times where he walked right down the slot.
Yeah.
And then you're chasing a game for you to make a mistake. And the mistake that Hyman made at the blue line on the third goal,
game over.
That's a team pressing.